What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hope Shot. We got Melissa on tonight, and we have Caesar back. Like, how great it is to be loved by you.
It's a star-studded evening here at the Hope Shot.
Definitely, definitely studded with you.
Stop it.
Hey, I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know I had a great weekend. I'm always having a great weekend. Had a conference I just got back from last night. Doing a pod fest over there in Orlando. It was great. It was very informative, very educational, and I met a lot of people. It was really nice. Caesar, would you please read that clarity statement for us, my friend?
Absolutely, buddy. This is the Hope Shot Clarity Statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery, spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
Thank you, Caesar. I got laser beams. If you guys just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. Also, I'll let you guys know what the topic is. So today is the recovery check-in. Just let us know where you are. Where are you at in your recovery? Where are you struggling? Do you have wins? Like, what are you doing that is like where you're at? 1-1-2-23. I'm just here for the weird and gesture animations. Well, you come to the right place with the weird and the hand gesture animations, just to let you know. So is it gonna do it? There it goes. Get the balloons going. We're gonna do some check-ins, man, from all of us. We're gonna check in, see how everyone's doing. What does your recovery look like? What are you doing this week for your recovery? Do you have any big wins in life? Or you have any big wins in your career? How about are you struggling? It's okay. Listen, we all struggle. We all struggle, and that's the beauty of this is all coming together and putting it out there, putting ourselves out there, getting vulnerable, and then in the comments, man, these people are gonna lift you up. We're gonna help you out. That's what this whole thing is about. This recovery community, this recovery family. It's about lifting each other up. So let's read some comments real quick. We got Erica in the house. Hey fam, good to see you. We got Eddie. Good to see you. Erica missed Caesar last week. We all did. A little bit. Like, can't give him too much. You know what I mean? Let's see. We got Allie in the comments. YouTube land. What's up, Allie? Struggling. Life's kicking my butt, my ass, and I'm here. So I'm grateful you're here. Oh, who's that guy? I know that guy. Do you know that guy? We are live on TikTok. We wanted to check out what it was like to go on TikTok live. Since we do Facebook live all the time, we wanted to check it out and see what it was all about. So we put our podcast, because if TikTok land don't know, we do a podcast on recovery, and we want to get it out there. So what better way than do live right here on TikTok while we're doing the live on Facebook, because we can't get them to communicate yet. Let's see. We have Tiffany. Good to see you. Glad you're here. We got James King. I'm a week away from 15 years. It started with hope. Thanks again. Congratulations, man. 15 years. That's what's up. Oh, look at Caesar with the little hearts. I wonder if they can see. Let's see. I'm gonna turn it a little bit. There we go. Let me see if we can get. There we go. We got my friends right here on screen. Let's see. We have Tiffany says, life is lifey. That is like the best comment. Life is lifey, but I'm good today. Yes, I love that. And we got Allie's look at the growth from the Hope Shot. We trying over here. We try and put some water on it, a little bit of fertilizer, and we're going to grow. And we got Danielle, hope, hold on, pain ends. That's right. We got Sarah. Good to see you, Sarah. Glad you're here. And we got Mike Mills. What up, people? What's up, man? All right, man. You know what? Caesar, welcome back. How is your recovery? What is it looking like?
First off, it's good to be back, man. That flu was no joke. Nate went through it too, and it was ugly. I had to pause life for like 5 days straight. And I couldn't do anything. I get the brakes pumped on me. I tried to go to the gym like with the mask on. That didn't go very well for me. The next day I was like double sick. So I will freely admit that I was wrong and I should have listened to the people that told me to stay home, but I'm stubborn. So life's good, man. Like work is always highly stressful, family life, just balancing everything between family and work and recovery. And it's always a juggle, but I kind of got some like new inspiration. About 3 weeks ago, my church, who allows us to have meetings there, they asked if we wanted to do like a 12-step study and try to incorporate like biblical stuff into each step when we were teaching in the class. And I was amazed. Like we have between 18 and 20 people showing up to this little class every Sunday morning. And it's kind of like reinvigorated me to go to church and get going in the morning. And I just like always have an excuse of why I don't want to go to church right now. The kids aren't ready or whatever the excuse may be. And this has got me where I'm like excited to go back again. And my church has a bunch of people in recovery in it. Like there's a halfway house that attends there. I'm sorry. I apologize. 1 second. I apologize. My dogs are just like staring at me, trying to get out the back door. But we have a bunch of people in recovery in our church. So when we started the church years ago, Kelly and I were like on the ground floor when we built this thing. And they made it a point that they wanted to help people that were suffering in the community. And I was like, well, hey, I know a bunch of people that are suffering in the community. They're all people that need to find recovery. And they really have like supported everything we've done, from giving us a space to have meetings and just basically giving us the freedom to learn and grow with them as far as the Bible goes, but letting us be our own entity too. Like the meeting is just a meeting. It's not affiliated with anything else. And because that brought people in, they asked us to have this class. And I mean, we did step 3 today, and I just get excited because there's people in there that have no idea anything about 12-step recovery that are hearing it for the first time. And there's recovery people that know nothing about the church at all that are hearing that side of it for the first time. And it ties together really well. If you had asked me 10 years ago, hey, could you see yourself doing a Bible study backed by the 12 steps? No, I definitely could not see myself doing that, because I was completely anti-religion, anti any establishment thing like that. And it's only because of the recovery process that it opened my mind up to be able to grow into this thing where I get to be a teacher of the very thing that I was mocking a little over 10 years ago. And now I get to walk people through this process, and I get to see God use me for good things. So, it just takes those little things. I can feel stagnant sometimes, just like anybody else. I can be not really excited and just going through the motions of recovery. And then it just takes a little spark like this, and I get all re-excited, and there's a new audience in there, and there's new people that are eager to learn stuff. There's veterans and people from halfway houses, and there's people that are just struggling with things that aren't drugs and alcohol, that they're freely sharing. They're church members that are coming in there talking about other outside addictions that they have. And we're tying it all together, trying to make it all inclusive, and it's working so far. And I don't know, it makes me very, very, very excited and feel very blessed to be in a position to be able to walk people through that kind of thing. I couldn't have imagined in a million years that I would be a guy. I think Melissa's on here, and she's been in there. Yep. Yay, Caesar did a good job today. But I mean, we have these powerful women in recovery. My wife is there, Melissa's there, and we've got guys from recovery in there, and we're just feeding off of each other. And there's a lot of passion for this in there. And I can't believe I never thought of this before. This wasn't like my great idea. This was the church's idea. They're like, hey, why don't you do this? And we were like, holy cow, that's a great idea. So, I mean, to me, it's just what I needed. I needed to get the spark back. I needed to get excited about something again, because it's great to go through the motions and do no harm and all of that, but it's much better when you're back on fire for things again. We can go through the checklist on a daily basis of recovery of, oh, I got up and I did my gratitude list and I read my readings and I went to work and I was miserable at work all day. And then I came home and I made my meeting and I went to the gym and I'm going to do it again tomorrow. That's not exciting though. That's not what got me into this and like propelled me along. There was passion and there was just excitement and everything was new and everything was green. So, Justin goes out and gets outside of his comfort zone all the time. I'm not going to tell you what he did because he's going to tell you what he did, but he's going out and doing all these exciting things. And sometimes I get just lost in the mundane because I'm not going out and doing the same kind of community events that he's doing because of my 10 to 12 hour a day job that I have. And it just, to have a little something to spur me along again and get me re-excited was just what the doctor ordered. So that's what I got going on.
I mean, that's pretty exciting, man. That's a good amount going on, dude. That's, I mean, you're bringing it into your church and like mixing the pot a little bit, a little bit. And I think that's exciting, man. And what better person to do it than you, I feel like you're going to reach so many people on a new level, with what you got going on. And that's
dude,
what
I can't shut up in the class. That's how I'm excited about stuff. Like I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then if you go here and because I'm literally just excited and I get to share all this stuff. And it's so different from when I came into the church because I would just be leaning so heavily on everybody else. I would just be spitting the recovery side of things and going, all right, biblical guys, this is your part where you come in and drop your knowledge. But now I can bounce back and forth between it. And we've got a good group that are coming prepared with, like we're going back and forth all week and sharing scriptures with each other that go along with it and picking and choosing what we want to use. And just, it's good. We're involved. And I guess I feed off of the people in the room, and the people in the room are engaged and interested. And that's awesome.
Oh, I meant to throw this up there. If you can get him to enhance his life, then you're doing something right? maybe one Sunday you'll catch him sneaking in your class, No,
but he's sneaking in the gym every day, and I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, let me read some of these comments real quick, and then we'll see what's up with Melissa. See what's going on with her in her hood. Oh wait, we got Edie. Thank you for fixing my pronouncing. I sometimes do not do well, but it's pronounced Edie, and it's 7/17/22. I'm learning how to deal with feelings and emotions, stress, and people. Yes, that's a good one to deal with. I think we're all going through that as humans every day. 30 plus years using dolls considerably. Using dolls them considerably. There you go. But I'm staying consistent with my routine and having wonderful support from my family. God bless you all. I'm here for y'all support from South Texas. Well, thank you for being here and sharing that with us. And congrats on your recovery. We got Rachel Keegan. She's flying out at 3 a.m. to go do some epic stuff, just to let y'all know. Okay. We got Barbie. Hello from upstate New York. 5 years clean. Congratulations to you. Let's see. We have Rudolph says, I freely admit that a treadmill gave me motion sickness. That's how up to date my fitness is. I dragged that dude into the gym because I have friends that like to hold me accountable, and I want to fix some things in my life, and one of them is going to the gym and being healthy again. And my one friend pushed me. He's like, there's a gym at the hotel. And I was like, fine, I'm going. I'm going. I did it, and I went. And I drug Rudolph there, and he walked the treadmill. So appreciate you, Rudolph, for being my sidekick this weekend. And we got Melissa's. You already read that, but thanks for being here, Melissa. Caesar always does amazing. Don't let his head get too big, but whatever. We got Landon. That's awesome. 11/7/2023. Yes. What's we got what? 60, almost 90 days. That's what's up. Congratulations to you. And we got Erica says, so thankful to celebrate recovery. Love my local church. We got Tiffany says, sounds cool. It'll help remove stigma of both. And we got
that part right there.
Exactly. We got Lynn. What's up, Lynn? Hey, Hope Shot. Happy Sunday. Love y'all. Hello, Melissa. So good to see you. Let's see. We have Celeste. I wish I had fellowship like that. You can. You can. And if you can't, you can create it. How's that?
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was going to say, if you don't have it like that, make it, because that's what we did.
That's it. Andrew says, that's a beautiful thing, brother. We got Tiffany says, I've heard it often stated. I think it's true. 12 steps can help anyone. Kelly says, don't mean to jump on and interrupt it live, but I remember a lot of y'all are from Florida, and I have a friend who's a newbie in Polk County. If anyone has any connects, please message me. She's young and struggling. We can definitely get you connected, her connected. If you can you message us on the Hope Shot? Can you message us so we can connect? Thank you for commenting that and reaching out. And we have Gary says, hi, Melissa. Good to see you, Gary. Thanks for being here. And we have Eric says, good evening. Hello, everyone. God bless. Melissa says, I replaced alcohol with plants. Not those plants, people. Just have to put that out there. All right, Melissa, how are you? What's going on? What's up with your recovery? What's it look like right now? I know you're solo at the house, right?
I am. I'm solo, and for a long period. So y'all know how I just love being all by myself, so I can work every day to not stay in my own head. It's extra work. It's scary. I don't like sitting by myself for very long. Anyway, God, I love you, Caesar. We are always in alignment. We don't talk for weeks, or, I'm so fortunate to be on here with you guys. Thanks for letting me jump on. I love doing, I watch y'all every Sunday, but I love getting on here and getting the opportunity to share. But Caesar, our recovery time is even pretty close to each other. I think we're just a few months apart. So I feel like you're my recovery brother. I love it. But we were sharing.
What's your date?
What's mine? Mine is November 21st, 2013.
I'm 14. Coming up on my actual 10.
I said 2014. 2004. You're coming up on your 10. Yeah, you're coming up on 10, and I just had 10. Right?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said 13. I was like, you get.
I probably did. Anywho, so we were chatting before we jumped on the live, right? And my radar went up because you were talking about what you're up to. And for me, this year, my word is growth. And that's like pretty broad in general, right? But God knows what it is I'm looking for. And I'll just be transparent. I really I'm looking for personal growth. In my 12-step program, in my spirituality, in my maturity, in my relationships. There's just a lot of places that I'm ready to take it to the next level. And I'm starting to fall complacent, and I don't like that. I don't like sitting in one place for too long. So the thing that I struggle with a lot is not my spirituality. That's on fleek. my religion. And this is the funny part. And I'm actually writing about it because you guys know I'm writing the second book now. It's difficult for me because I work in a church, and you would think if you work in a church, then you go to church, but I don't. Like, I work in a church every single day. And then on the weekends, I'm like, I don't want to go to church because the church I would go to is the one that I work at. And when I'm there, then people want to talk to me about stuff that I work on all throughout the week. And it's not really, I can't ever get in the zone. Do you know what I mean? For the hour that we're at mass, like maybe, but, and then there's some other conflicting things. We have a house where we don't all believe in the same thing. And I want to go in one direction, and I want everybody to jump on board. And then it's just this big rigmarole. And I can make all the excuses, like you said, like the kids aren't ready, the whatever. But the fact of the matter is, when I asked for growth and getting into my faith and diving deeper into my faith and actually getting into the word and understanding the word, God delivered it like instantly, opportunities to do that. And so I knew, what does that tell us, right? When the doors open like that, then you know you're on the right pathway. You're asking for the right things, and they're being delivered in front of you. You have to get into action and take the opportunity. I went to church last night, and nobody messed with me. Nobody asked me about stuff that you have to do all week long. As a matter of fact, I kind of felt weird because I was like, why ain't anybody talking to me? But I got like some kind of spiritual bubble around me where I just was left alone and I could go to mass. And this is the coolest thing. And I want to share it with you guys. And I'm definitely going to write about this. I'll go into more detail, of course, when I write. On the way to church, I was telling my son came with me. I was telling him that I was getting tired of advocating for recovery. We get tired. It's a lot that goes on beyond these lives and stuff, you know. And I'm growing sober now. It's becoming a nonprofit. I don't have a big team built up yet, so a lot of work is on my plate, and I'm just balancing a lot of stuff. And I'm a runner. We talked about that before. Fight, flight, or freeze. Well, I get the hell out of there. So, like, as soon as I'm tired or complacent or whatever, I hit the road, but I'm not doing it. That's just, I know that that's how I feel, and I'm accepting that, and I'm acknowledging it, and then I'm working through it, because that's what we do. We show up, right, Justin? So on the way to church, I told my son, it's my youngest, my 11-year-old, and he's so cool. He's so stoic. Every time I talk to him about stuff on a spiritual level or whatever, he gives me the coolest insight about things. So I'm always authentic with him about my feelings and where I'm at, especially spiritually. And so I said, Jake, I'm just tired. I'm tired. I just want to be like normal mom. I just want to make dinner, and I want to, take care of the house, and I want to show up for your school events, and I want to be, my grandson's coming into town soon. And I just want to be like even keel, go with the flow. Which really means, if you go down a layer beneath that, means I don't want to do the work. So I asked for a bunch of stuff spiritually. I asked God for a bunch of stuff. The doors open and the opportunities are there. And now I'm scared, or all my other reasons. I guess the underlying thing might probably just be fear of change and growth. And it's hard. And I'm doing it. I'm showing up where I'm supposed to, but I'm going through that. You know what I mean? And I love that I can be honest with you guys and talk about the dog barking. It's got to stop. You got to stop. So I love that I can share with you guys like this, because I would love to just get on here and be like, oh, I've got 10 years of recovery, and I'm going to grab the dog. I love to say that everything's great. And once you get out there and then you get sober, everything's perfect. It's not like that. We're always growing. Hold on 1 second.
We all got dog problems.
Wake up. Get Brooklyn, please.
We'll be back with a short break from our sponsors.
I am so
Wait,
sorry.
Never mind.
No, don't be, because it happens to me all the time. My dogs will be asleep all day. As soon as I get on this podcast, they're like,
They were.
"What's up, man?"
Exactly.
Come on.
I got her. I got her. Thanks. So, okay. I'm sorry. Here you go. Take them. Speaking of the 11-year-old, thank you, Jake. Oh, he's 12. What kind of mom am I? He's like, I'm not 11. He's 12. All right. So anyway, the thing is, where did I leave off? I don't even know. I was saying that I'm scared and I'm going through some changes and I'm going through some growth. I'm getting what I asked for. And now I'm showing up. But so I share with my son all that stuff on the way to church, right? And I'm like, I just don't want to do it anymore. I just want to be like, I want to go back to my little like cubicle and just do just life on like this level or whatever. And we get into church. I go to Catholic church. They do mass. The priest, I'm sure, is not expecting me to be there because I never go to 5:30 mass. I never go to mass. And so he starts talking. He starts talking about that we have to be cognizant. We have to be aware that the devil's going to try and distract us. And he gets into it, starts talking. He starts talking about addiction. And he starts talking about, he's using the word addiction. I've never heard this priest talk about addiction in mass in front of our community ever. And he starts talking about addiction. He says the word over and over again. And his whole message really boiled down to that we have to stay focused, that there are so many people out there that need to know that there's hope, and that in order to heal ourselves, we have to stay spiritually fit so we can take that and go back out and lend our hand and help others. And my jaw like hit the pew I was sitting in, and I looked at my son, and he was like, God's telling you got to do your homework. Because I'm always like yelling at him to do his homework. He's like, nah, mom's got to do her homework. So I felt like I got an almost instant answer to like, no, stay on track. You can do this. Don't be distracted. And it's just where I'm at. I'm having those moments where I'm talking things out loud and I'm processing. The more I'm authentic about it, the more I share it with the people I love in my circle, the more answers come almost instantly. So I know I'm connected. I feel safe. I'm not scared in a way that I feel like I'm not going to survive this moment in time. It's just change is always difficult. And the pressure's on. I've got some writing deadlines. I've got to get focused. I've got to do it. I know that it's helping others. I know that the first book is thousands of them. I think we did a count, and thousands are now making it into, sober living in prisons. And I'm getting messages from people. So I know that I have a purpose. And in order to serve it, I have to just keep doing the work one day at a time. And so that was a long dog interrupted, drawn out where I'm at, but that's my check-in. And I'm above all, I'm grateful for today. And I'm grateful for all you guys. Hope Shot is my family and I love y'all. So thank you for letting me share.
Love you too, Melissa. Thanks for coming on tonight and sharing. And I'm excited for you. I really am excited. And you know what? I promise you, if you build it, they will come. That's just how it goes. And that's how this happened right here. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now that we this thing started, and the right people will put in your place right at the right moment when you exactly need them. And that's just how it goes. Look how we met.
I know. I know.
At the right moment, like what's it been? And we're almost 2 years into this thing, but it was I think it was like May 2 years ago or June.
It was May 2 years ago when the book launched the first time. And then the Hope Shot picked me back up when I was down on the ground with having to relaunch the book. And it ended up being this huge ministry, and it's doing even better and serving the purpose it was meant for. And because of you guys and your support, look, my logo is designed by, you can't see that little B thing. It's designed by Justin. Like my ministry, the face of my ministry is from you guys. It's amazing. So I know that. I don't know if anybody out there is listening and can like identify with this. Maybe I'm not unique. Somebody out there's got to get this. Like, you're exactly right, Justin. We show up and it's going to fall into place. And then if not, it means that we put our energy and attention on something else. And eventually it's going to click and it's going to jive. I just seem to always, even though I know that, and through this writing journey and experience, I've had so many opportunities that should give me faith in that. I lose faith. I do. Sometimes I do. And people think I do these videos and I go out and I do these talks and I do all this stuff. And people think that I'm full of like confidence and she's got her act together. That's not true. You know, I'm lonely a lot and I'm scared and I have to constantly turn to resources. You know, I had to find a new home group. I had to find a new sponsor. I'm working the steps again. It's been a while. Like, I have to do stuff to keep me on track and not let me get distracted with those voices that quiet the voice of God. And I'm so proud of Caesar for doing that Bible study and trying something new and getting outside of himself, because it's exactly what it is that I know I'm supposed to be doing too. There's many of us that are, you know, out there right now that we need that. We need to think outside the box and grow and not be scared, because we're not alone.
Never alone. Never alone.
Dude, I love what you just said, that people from the outside looking in that think we just have this confidence and that we have it together. And we get pretty vulnerable on here and talk about that we don't have it all together and we don't always have that confidence. But it amazes me what somebody on the outside looking in thinks. Mm-hmm. And that's me too. Like, I can look at somebody else's life and go, oh man, you know, just everything's perfect. I wish I had that, you know, but I know better. I know that nobody's got a perfect life. You know, we're all struggling with something, you know, pick your poison, you know, self-confidence, lack of faith, whatever we're going through any particular day, week, or month. But the thing we do different than everybody else is we keep showing up.
We keep going.
No matter what, we keep moving forward. We keep doing what we know is the right thing to do. And that's courage. You know, that's courage to face things that you have no idea what the outcome is going to be. That's faith to go ahead and go out there and face these things when you have no idea what the outcome is going to be. Hey, I'm going to go write a book. I don't know what that looks like. You know what I mean? Like, what you did takes courage and it takes faith. And did it go the way you thought it was going to go? No. But did it go?
It is now. Actually, it's better now.
But that's what I mean, though. So
yeah.
It's just that. I mean, that's like a whole lecture on faith right there. Is we're putting our necks out there and we're doing things that are uncomfortable, and we're leaving the outcome in our higher power's hands. We're going, okay, I'm gonna put forth the work. I remember, Justin, we're trying to do YouTube videos of the Hope Shot. You know, it's just people telling their stories one after another at like this plastic card table sitting in his living room with like camera equipment and stuff. It's super awkward. And but it's what we needed to do. You know, Justin had this experience recently at that time, wanted to get some things off his chest, started inviting his recovery peeps. We all were like, yeah, heck yeah, we're going to do that. And then it was like, then we did our first live, and then we were like, oh my God, this is way better, man. This is like, we can like talk to each other and we can like have a conversation and do stuff and not just sit there and be filmed and like say
weird
thing. Yeah, it was
weird.
But then we found this out. And you know, it amazes me if when your intentions are good and you're putting yourself out there, what comes back. And our intentions have always been good. We're not in this for any other thing except to try to help somebody, to try to reach somebody, to let somebody identify with what we're going through or the solution that we found, whatever brand that may be. So you want me to tell?
I want to say something. Hey, Justin, can you make Satori a mod on TikTok? And I just want to say, everybody that's watching on Facebook, if you guys have TikTok, we're live over there for the very first time. go over there and help me tap. I've been tapping, and I have a bunch of people that I've shared it with. And if you guys can help over there, help. Thanks.
I think she forgot to say go Detroit, but
Go Detroit.
So yeah, I mean, you just got my brain percolating, so I had to get in there, because if you ever question your faith, look at what we've already done on faith alone. You know, it's hard to be inspired all the time, but it's easy to look back and go, oh yeah, it's been working this whole time. Okay, I guess I'll just keep doing it then. All right, Mr. Justin, you want me to pass it on to Nate, or do you want to jump in?
Yeah, sorry. She has me over here doing some things and stuff, and I'm trying to figure out things and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I'm gonna read a few comments real quick, and then we'll hear from our buddy Nate. Oh, I muted you too fast. Sorry about that. Hope Talk Live is where it's at. Oh my God, I gotta do the Hope Talk, bro. We're gonna get this thing down. I'm gonna figure it out.
We're gonna have Hope Talk Live, bro.
I'm
Home
gonna
of
do
the Hope Wagon.
Yeah, Hope Wagon and Tiki Talkie, and we're gonna figure it out. Let's see. Let's see. We got Edie says, sometimes I feel like I'll never be normal. You know what, Edie? I hope I'm never normal. And I don't know what that's like. And I don't want to go there. I like being weird. You know, I like my weirdness, and I can make other people feel weird too. Yeah. Let's see. We got Diantha that says normal is just a setting on the washer. That's right. We got a bunch of people that replaced. We got Nicole says, I replaced drugs with being happy and having more gratitude ever since we got our own place. It's been peaceful, easier to stay in recovery because there is no negativity. That's right. And you could choose if you want negativity. You could choose that. X those things out that's caused negativity in your life. Peace is the prize. We have Jules. Is that how I say it? I think so. If not, correct me. We'll go Amanda. Amanda says, thank you. I think it's pretty awesome and amazing to join you all here. Thank you, Hope Show. Thanks for being here. We have Amy Lee. What's up, Amy Lee? We get the closer the closer we draw to God, I feel the devil himself attacks harder. Yes. And we got Lloyd says, helping others is the greatest gifts of recovery for me. I am no longer ashamed of my past, knowing that one day it might help another struggling addict or alcoholic. We got Tiffany. I'm with you. Balance is so hard sometimes. It's the ever fleeting. And once you think you got it, it's gone again. Danielle, what's up, Danielle? I love your transparency, Melissa. We got Tiffany says, resistance to change and feeling alone, but choosing to turn to our resources and tools instead of any other choice. So inspiring, and I love you so much. We got Kyle is 16 months sober. Thanks for the motivation from everyone here. Congratulations to you. We got Rebecca says, I am on 13.95 years of sobriety from alcohol, and I still want to drink today. I think we all have those times where it feels like a good idea. But it's what we do next with that, you know? And we have James King, awesome meeting. Thanks for being here, buddy. We got Eric says, I still take inventory on myself to this day. That's right, man. Every day. Kyle, where on TikTok? I said TikTok. I was like, go look for the Hope Shot on TikTok, right? See, we have Kelly says, I struggle so much lately as well. Feels like I could break at any moment. Well, make sure you reach out when you feel like breaking. That's what we do. We reach out when we feel like breaking, and listen to somebody who might be in there, you know, and make some changes, little changes. All right, Nate, what's up, man? How are you?
Hello, everybody. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Great shares tonight. Yeah, it's I just want to give a shout out to people in the comments too, especially your wife, Justin. You know, there was like a little bit of a controversial, could be controversial comment on there, and Tiffany kind of said something that, you know, I was thinking as well. And I think it's a beautiful place when we can get on here and be honest and transparent and not get judged or shamed, or, you know, people get angry at each other. It's all love. And anyway, I've been watching them, and I think it's a really cool experience to, you know, especially on a social media platform, when someone brings up, you know, how social media is, you know, it's like East versus West, man, you know, Tupac and Biggie, you know, and it's can get pretty ugly out there. So anyway, you know, I think I'll just like kind of go back on and just reflect on the last week or so. Like Caesar, I started the week deathly ill. I was incapacitated, just very, very, very sick. And yeah, I couldn't really move. And what's cool though is in that process, I still showed up. I still went to my meetings. I still took calls. I still was able to navigate a few people into sober living, and I still showed up, you know. And I was reflecting during that time, you know, I remember just using any excuse, you know, to do nothing, you know. So, you know, I could use anything, you know, especially a sickness, you know, and I remember always in those times feeling really sorry for myself and being in my head, and, you know, I wasn't able to move around much. So I was it got really dark, you know, and I was reflecting during this sickness where I was, you know, I was pretty good, you know, I was pretty sharp. I got a little restless, you know, going into day 3, but yeah. And just with what everybody shared tonight, it's like this last in the last few months, I completely changed my home group. I changed my sponsor. I did something that was, you know, it's a really scary move, man. Especially for someone that's so accustomed to routine and patterns, and I got into a new fellowship, and had to introduce myself to new men. I was the new guy. And what has happened though is that it like forced me to grow. You know, it put me in a position where I either could, you know, kind of be a fly on the wall, or I could, you know, make my presence known and take some action and be a part of. And it's like it kind of like what Caesar was saying. It kind of gave me you know, this new energy, this new spark, you know. And what I've discovered is I've met some really cool individuals that have like 30 years, 25 years, and they are just full of enthusiasm for recovery and life. And, you know, dare I say it, with God, you know what I mean? And let me just say that, you know, I use God because it's a common term, right? I don't believe in a Catholic God, a Christian God, a Buddha, Allah. I don't believe in, I don't know what I believe in. All I know is there is a power, and that I have access to that power, and I'm able to see it manifest in my life and others' life on a daily basis. I choose to call it God because everybody knows what I'm talking about. When I say God, I'll call it my source. Sometimes I'll call it my higher power. It doesn't matter. I know it's not a religious God. I know it's a spiritual God. And guess what? If your God is Jesus or Allah or Buddha, hell yeah, man, I'm cheering for you too. You know, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that we connect to something other than ourselves. My mind is not in charge anymore, you know, and whenever it is in charge, I'm in trouble. That's when things get messy for me. So I just wanted to put that out there when I said, anyway. So this week I had this experience, right? My sponsor and his sponsor had this little like group, you know, it was a meeting. It wasn't like a 12-step meeting. It was just some sponsees and sponsors getting together, and we listen. Sometimes they listen to Emmett Fox. Sometimes they listen to Eckhart Tolle. And this person that we listened to, I don't know who it was, but it was kind of along the vein of like Eckhart Tolle talking about being present, right? And talking about your higher self and your lower self, and how we have to achieve and strive to be our higher self, because our higher self is tuned into the frequency that is this power, right? This source that exists, And when we're tuned into that, you know, life doesn't come at us. We flow into it. You know, it's effortless. You know, nothing. There's no big deals. It's just another thing that we embrace and accept and keep moving forward, because we know that's what's supposed to be happening. You know, to serve some greater purpose, even if we're not privy to that purpose at that time. It's meant to be happening, right? And here I am, right? I'm in this group. There's like maybe 12 men, right? And all different times, all different recoveries, just getting super vulnerable and transparent, talking about this power, this God, right? And I like had this, like, I was just overflowing with gratitude and appreciation and like awareness that everything that I have been through in these last few months, last year, is a culmination to where I'm surrounded by these group of guys talking about this very sensitive, vulnerable subject, and everybody is just getting raw and honest. And I knew I'm exactly where I belong right now. I knew that when I left here, I'm going exactly where I belong to be. I'm right who I'm supposed to be with. The people that are in my life right now are exactly the people that are meant to be there. And I felt complete freedom. Right. And I don't know about you guys, but freedom, internal freedom for a guy like me is priceless. It is the most beautiful, rewarding gift. You know, it has nothing to do with external blessings, no material stuff, you know, that just that freedom of spirit, right? And that freedom of joy and gratitude. And I had just this aha moment. I'm like, okay, you know, this is where I belong. And it's really a beautiful thing for when you have those moments. And then after that, you know, that was on a Thursday night. Then the next day, you know, I'm just really firing. I'm able to help some people. I go connect with my dad. I go connect with a friend. I try to get some homeless guy over to Baycare. He decides halfway over that his appointments and his clothes are more important than getting help. And I'm like, okay, we'll send you back. You know, I'm here when you're ready. And, you know, and then I go to help support Danielle's brother at a meeting, hear him speak and tell a story. And then we get in the car and we take the dog and we go to the East Coast, stay in a hotel and go connect to the ocean and surf in the morning. Right. And it's funny because, you know, not to get too personal on here, but Danielle was trying to help this young lady who asked her to be her sponsor, and she ultimately passed away last week. And, you know, what's cool about it is we're out there surfing and it could be all about us, but, you know, I went and grabbed, you know, Danielle's hand and we said a prayer for this girl and her kids and her family, you know, and that's what it's about for me today. It's about understanding. And that's where I'm at in my recovery right now. It's been like, I'm just on this spiritual journey and I'm getting every day. I'm trying to figure out different and unique and, you know, all these different paths to get closer to who I believe in, because I know that the closer I am to that, the further away I am from myself, my selfishness, my insecurities, my fears, you know, all those things that everybody we're discussing on here that I too suffer from. Self-worth. You know, I made the dire mistake of weighing myself at Publix today and I was a mess. I literally thought, man, why am I even working out for? Why am I eating well for? And Danielle's like, you've gained muscle, you idiot. That's not fat. And I'm like, huh, but I don't believe her. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. We are all works in progress. We are fallible. We're imperfect, you know, but every day, what do? I strive. I wake up, I get on my knees, I do my reading, I reach out to a few guys and I make myself available to be of service. And I'm constantly giving praise to who I believe in, because I know without that connection, without that power, I have none of these blessings in my life today. So that's where I'm at in my recovery, just figuring out how to get closer to God, you know, getting surrounded by people that are like-minded and on that same journey, that aren't with the drama, that aren't with, you know, all that other stuff. You know, they're all just about doing the next right thing, figuring out how to connect to this power and helping the next guy. And I find when I'm in this flow, right, life is just easier, you know, and things just unfold organically for me. And it's not a fight. You know, it says in some literature that I subscribe to, that we cease fighting anything or anyone. How do we cease fighting anything or anyone? I'll tell you, you get a power that is stronger than those anythings or anyone's, and anything is possible. I promise. The life, I did a post when I got back from surfing, because Danielle got me this cool GoPro. So we've been able to start like collecting footage while we surf. And there's this part where, I'm telling Danielle, that was a good wave. And then I'm like, oh, look at this one. And I'm like, I'm like a kid. I have this like childlike innocence and joy and happiness out there. And it just made me really reflective and very grateful and super humble. And I put on this post, what a life we get to live today, Danielle, and it's all as a result of this program, these steps, this fellowship, and most importantly, this connection that I have with this power that just is forgiving and loving and patient and tolerant for a madman like me, who still struggles internally on a daily basis, but has a power that heals it on a daily basis and gives me the strength to continue moving forward in this deal and making myself, available for the next guy who may need help. What a life. It's amazing. That's all I got.
Yeah. So, Nate, I think that's the best thing we can do for ourselves, is tap into that childlike innocence, because we all have it, but we've been, it's been filtered out by the world pretty much. If we can tap into that, that's when we really tap into creativity, to our empathy, to, being connected to the earth, all of it, and to our higher power, essentially. So I'm going to share a little bit about where I'm at, and I'm going to read a few comments, and then we'll we'll close it out. But so this past week I went to a Podfest conference, which was really cool. And I was trying to connect with people, and like I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm going to harness my inner extrovert, right? And this, because you have to. This is what I have to do. I'm borderline, but more introvert than extrovert. I could be extrovert at times, but I'm more introvert than extrovert. And I'm like, I'm gonna harness it. And then I was like, oh wait, I didn't harness it that well. But I tried. I would talk to anybody that's willing to talk to them when the opportunity presented itself. And I go in there with expectations on like how it's gonna go and what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna be this amazing, outgoing person, and none of it happened, right? What was really cool though is like imposter syndrome came up, and I was like, I relate. That's me. And we were talking about imposter syndrome, and everybody was putting their hand up, because I was trying to connect with like a lot of mental health people, right? I'm trying to get out there with different podcasters and mental health. And it's funny. There's not really recovery podcasts that were at this thing, at all. And I was like, okay, well, hey, I'm here. I was stuck in addiction for 23 years of my life, and I'm here doing a podcast and on mental health and substance, and substance abuse and misuse. And it was cool to connect with people, but a lot of it brought up about the imposter syndrome and feeling like you don't have anything to share. And I brought up the fact that we're uniquely qualified to do what we do. We're uniquely qualified. And this wasn't just about recovery. This is on a person that used to play tennis and was like talking about something to do with tennis. And she felt the same exact way, and it's like, oh, I relate to that so much. And I gave her some information, that, probably helped her. And there was another lady there that, her husband and her son were killed in the same day. And she was trying to do something on grief. Like she felt like she needed to talk about it. She was there trying to, start up a podcast, and some information I share with her is like, we're messengers. Like all of us here on this screen, and you in the comments, anybody that wants to recover out loud or even have grief, we're messengers. We have to put our story out there and get it out there. If we feel like it's been placed on our heart to do something and tell our story and say something, and it's been placed on it, just do it, because we have a responsibility to the next person that might be struggling, that you don't know if they're going to make it. We have a responsibility to reach out, man, and put our message out there that this is how I got through it. And you can too. And what I told her was like, we have a responsibility, but it's a trickle down effect that we may never see because of that message. You know what I mean? We put it out there. We don't know if it's going to have an impact. We don't know if it's going to help anybody, but we do it anyways because we have a responsibility, because we weren't, I know for a fact I'm not supposed to be here. You know what I mean? I should have been back in the freaking alley or in a car or wherever, man, stabbed up. You know what I mean? There's multiple times I look back and I can say like, damn, bro, I am lucky. I am grateful and lucky to be here. And that's why it's important to make sure that we share our message, you know, no matter how big or how small. You know, it could be in your local meeting. It could be in your church, like Caesar's doing. Okay. It's could be starting a meeting. It's going out there to your church and advocating for those things. Like the person said in the comments that I don't have fellowship like that. We'll create it. We are creative. And like Nate said, tap into your inner like child and create. We have to get out of that mindset, man. Still our minds, connect to the power, and start creating and being and all those things and be childlike in order to tap into what we're truly meant to do. You know, somebody told me, and somebody told me, once we can cross our purpose with our destiny and some other things, and like and everything aligns, man, we're in our we're like in I forget what he says. Damn it, I kind of messed that up. But he says when you align your like how you make money and your passion, that's when you know you're in your purpose. And how you get to your purpose. There, I said it. I got it, people. I'm bringing it back. That's right. Yeah. Laser beams and fireworks. Sorry, Melissa. I know. But that's when you know, man. And like this weekend I needed, and it taught me, because like, man, I'm always thinking about what's next. How do we take what we're doing here to make it tangible, to help the next man, to help the next person? I'm always thinking, I don't know why my brain goes 1,000 miles a minute, but that's what it thinks. What are we doing this for? We're just like a regular old podcast, like a recovery podcast. There's so many people doing it. How do we take this and do something about it? You know, do something different. How do we stand out? What does that look like? And it gave me motivation. It gave me something to obsess about now, but it's good stuff. And I'm looking forward, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I don't obsess too much and piss off my wife, but whatever.
You obsessed? No, that's crazy talk. Hey, I want to say one thing before you close it out.
Sure.
You talked about imposter syndrome. Melissa talked about, lack of faith. One of the reasons that we do this gratitude list in the morning, it's a reminder. So I can go back to year 2 in recovery. And when I was doubting myself, I can look back and go, look how far I've come. I could probably do anything if I really put my mind to it. And then year 5, I can look back and go, look at the deaths in my family that I overcame. Look at all these things. I can probably do anything. And if you take the time to look back from where you came from to where you're standing, that tends for me to reignite the faith in my abilities, the drive that I know that I can do these things. I know I can do hard things. I can look back and go, I can do hard things. So like Nate with the scale going, oh man, why am I even working out anymore? Like a little bitty shoelace will trip me up and I'll go, oh man, everything is just crap. But if I stop for a second and I look back and I see what I've overcome and how far I've made it from when I started on this journey, that just motivates me so much to keep moving forward, because my life's unrecognizable from anywhere that I was ever in the past. From before recovery, from early recovery to where I am right now, it's unrecognizable. I've never lived like this. I've never done this well. And I've never had anything to say that anybody ever wanted to hear, and, we're invited to speak places. We're asked to start classes. You're asked to go sign books and do these things. Sometimes we just need to take the freaking compliment and realize that we are doing good things and we can do more. We can continue to do these things. Just don't, I guess I'm rambling, but don't let the self-doubt in your head be louder than the proof of what you can do. Because if you take the time to look back of what you've already done, and I'll go all the way back to, if you're on this show and you've got 2 days, look back at those 2 days and go, well, I can get 2 more. You got to slow down enough to take a look at where you were and where you're standing now. And that will give you a lot of motivation to take the next steps in the right direction.
Thanks, Caesar. I muted you. Sorry. I don't know why.
I saw that. You just made me second guess myself if I'd just been talking for like 2 minutes.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. I'm done. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you. Let me read a few comments, and I don't know, Melissa, did you want to comment on that? I know you unmuted for a minute.
Yeah, I did. I just want to say that if there's anybody out there that is watching this that feels like maybe there's something in the book that I wrote that may bring you some inspiration or hope on your journey, the proceeds from the book go to getting copies to people that need hope. If you're unable to purchase a copy, then I will be happy to send you one. I wrote it for that reason, which is to create unity and share hope with each other. So just message me at Sober Now, or if you can't find me, hit Hope Shot up and they'll send you in the right direction. That's it.
Yep, definitely. And make sure you put the link in the comments when you get done here.
All right.
Let me just read a few of these and run through it, and then we'll say bye. Let's see. We got Rudolph says 100 yes, 100% yes. Having someone that has spoken on TEDx stages saying yes, you should totally do it was all the inspiration I needed. I guess we listen to TED Talks and there's all kinds of stuff. So let's see. We got Kylene. Good to see you. It's been a minute. I feel. Hear that? It's the first time you comment in a while. I struggle a lot with self-image. I gained a lot of weight in early recovery, but it didn't take long to go back to my normal weight, and I hate it. I've tried gaining weight, but it's not working for me. Also, people make a lot of comments about my weight loss, so it makes me feel insecure. I almost feel like they think I'm up to no good because I've lost the weight. I have to learn how to not let that bother me so much. Set boundaries. Cut those people out. You don't need those people. To be honest with you. That's what Bye. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. As if we got Diane says, I recover out loud today so that no one ever suffers in silence. That's right. And we got Lloyd says, regardless of who you are or what your story is, there's someone somewhere that needs to hear it to help them in their own recovery. And then we have Kimberly says, it's a miracle to be here. That's right. We got Tiffany says, Melissa, it was so awesome to see you and hear you. Nate, so real and raw. You and Danielle are so awesome. I'm trying to get her voice into this too, because it's such a Caesar. I'm so happy you and Kelly are feeling better. Justin, my love, I'm so proud of you for moving outside your comfort zone at the Podfest and learning some awesome things while meeting others too. That's right. Networking is everything. Connection. That's what we're doing out here. I got Nicole says, addiction broke my leg. I could have died, my surgeon said, but I'm alive because I was stupid. But if I kept sharing my story and message, hopefully it'll help someone. That's right. And we have We got Jules throwing it up there. App Sober Now. That's right. And Lloyd said, how can I get a copy of the book? Just hit her up. Or if you want to buy it, you can go on Amazon and buy it. All proceeds go to bringing a book into somebody's hand that might not get in. So there's that. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for your comments as usual. We appreciate you all for being here, commenting and sharing your recovery with us. Melissa, thank you so much for coming on last minute like usual. I'm going to get better at this one day, I promise. Good to have you back, Caesar. Nathan. You know. Oh, wait. Yeah. Wait. What do I want to do? Oh, wait. This is the balloons one, isn't it? Let's do this. There we go. All right. Wait. It's raining. Warren. All right. All right, guys. Until we'll see you next time. Love y'all. And peace. Hope you guys have a great week.